Hold up.
I hope you're having a great day and I hope you're staying safe at home. Today, the topic I want to talk about is how do you handle the pain and the fatigue that is caused when you either have the symptoms of the COVID or you're in post-recovery. A lot of people have been complaining about fatigue, extreme body pain, extreme muscle fatigue when they get infected with the virus or in post-recovery. My name is Lou Coutinho and I work in the field of lifestyle and integrative medicine. What I'm talking to you about today is not a replacement for your doctors. It is not a replacement for what you should be doing as per guidance of your government and your medical rules of the country. What I'm talking about is in specifics to inflammation and how to handle that. What I talk to you about today has nothing to do with killing a virus. It's about reducing inflammation so you reduce your pain. First, it all starts with understanding. Where does this pain come from? It comes from inflammation. What is inflammation? Inflammation is your immune system's response to a viral attack, a bacterial attack, an infection. So your immune system gets a trigger, there's an infection, you have a wound, there's a virus, there's a bacteria in your body, so it gets a signal and it creates inflammation for your own protection. So inflammation is a good thing for us unless the inflammation continues, and that's when the pain continues. So I'm just going to get a little bit technical right now so that you understand, because a lot of people have been using these terms, cytokine storm. Oh, the cytokine storm is dangerous. Let's understand what we mean by that. Cytokines are also a group of proteins that compromise your immune system. They are responsible for cell signaling in your body. When it goes out of control, it can launch almost similar to an autoimmune attack on your own tissues, your joints, on your lungs, on different parts of your body, which is why you feel the pain, or that's why you have inflammation. Your inflammatory markers go up, your CT scans show you that you have inflammation. So that's what cytokines are. Now there's something, a group of proteins, a group of larger cytokines called interleukins. Interleukins are also part of your immune system and they are responsible for signaling and controlling inflammation. So when inflammation goes up, once the job is done by your immune system, the interleukins have the responsibility for telling the immune system to switch off inflammation. In the condition that we're seeing today, the interleukins are disabled. They're compromised, which is why inflammation continues in the body, which is why you have more pains, more dull aches in your body, and whatever medication your doctors give you, take it. But what we're going to teach you today is what you can do from a lifestyle aspect and from a food aspect. Never to replace your medicines, but we've been handling inflammation and inflammatory cases for the last 8 years, and what we're going to share with you are powerful anti-inflammatories. On one side, you have painkillers, you have non-steroidal anti-inflammatories and all of that stuff. Good, take it if you need it. On the other side, you have a whole list of foods which are scientifically, medically, and clinically backed to be powerful anti-inflammatories to help the body reduce inflammation. So inflammation isn't a dangerous thing. It's your body doing the right thing at the right time. The only breakdown in communication is the immune system doesn't get a signal when to switch off inflammation, and that's why we need to rest and take precautions. So if you get these symptoms, do not be, number one, do not be afraid of inflammation. You've now understood what's happening. There's the virus on one side, and then there are the side effects, which is inflammation. So you don't have to get scared. You have to just be smart enough to handle it the right way. Fear gets us nothing. In fact, the more fear you have, your cortisol levels, adrenaline will actually rise faster, creating more inflammation. So now you're in a vicious cycle. So we got to stay calm, go through the process. Number one, turmeric mixed with black pepper. You take a little bit of turmeric, a little bit of black pepper, and you either mix it with a teaspoon or a tablespoon of cold-pressed coconut oil or pure ghee. It needs a fat medium for it to work. So you have a good fat, you have the black pepper, which increases the bioavailability of curcumin or turmeric. This is one of the most anti-inflammatory, powerful combinations that you can ever have, and you can do it easily at home. The use of ginger, powerful anti-inflammatory. Now, I don't usually recommend fruit juices at all. I am against fruit juices. I am for you eating your fruit, but never juicing it. But in this case, what's worked for us, because we see similarities between chikungunya, recovery from dengue patients where there's a lot of body fatigue because of inflammation, musambi juice or sweet lime juice. This is the only time we probably recommend you to have a glass or two of musambi juice or sweet lime juice every day until the pain gets better. Olive oil. Pure olive oil is another powerful anti-inflammatory that you can add to your salads, or you can even take a teaspoon or tablespoon, make an informed decision. All of the nuts, unsalted, whether they're almonds, whether they're walnuts, all of these, they are highly anti-inflammatory in nature. Omega-3 sources. You may find this in fatty fish. If not, you will find it in flax seeds, you will find it in walnuts. Again, omega-3s have a direct scientific connection with reducing inflammation. These are little things that you can do. Green tea or black tea are both rich in polyphenols that are known to reduce inflammation and pain. In certain parts of Japan, cups of green tea are given to patients who have extreme inflammation after surgeries or road accidents. Black tea is as powerful as green tea in different ways, but when it comes to inflammation, they're both the same. So even having a cup of black tea, no sugar, no jaggery, you can add a little bit of lemon to it if lemon suits you, great anti-inflammatory. Chilies, red chilies, green chilies. Of course, you shouldn't have ulcers and gastric issues, but having a little bit of chili with your food also helps you to reduce inflammation. Then we have cloves. Cloves as a spice is a powerful anti-inflammatory. In fact, it's the spice that has the highest anti-inflammatory properties. So now you can add a little bit of clove to your tea. You can add a little bit of clove to your garam masala that you make your veggies in or you cook your food in. Likewise, cinnamon, garlic, and even dark chocolate 75% and above can help you reduce inflammation, which in turn causes pain. We're always looking at things that are good for us. Sometimes it's easier just to remove the most inflammatory causing foods. So let's go through that list right now, because you can do all of this garlic and ginger, but if you're also eating the foods that instantly create inflammation in your body, you have a big problem. So number one, processed meats. All of your sausages, your hams, the ones which are processed and frozen, that they are detrimental when it comes to creating instant inflammation in your body. So your pains are actually going to go up more and more. Then you have sugar and junk, no doubt about it. Refined sugar, junk food, processed food, food made out of white flour. Your refined carbohydrates will produce inflammation instantly. Your refined vegetable oils will produce inflammation slowly and surely. Gluten, if you're gluten intolerant, or when you eat gluten or rotis, if you tend to bloat up or get stomach pain, it means that your gut is weak, or you're possibly gluten intolerant. Remove it from your diet immediately, especially if you're going through pain, fatigue, and inflammation, because these are very inflammatory foods. The same thing with dairy. If when you have milk, or you have your chai with milk, or you have curd, or you have buttermilk, you bloat up, you feel uncomfortable, okay, it is a sign that you cannot handle it. It's creating immense inflammation in your body. Stop it immediately. Overdoing it on alcohol is the quickest way to increase inflammation. Smoking, of course, and refined carbs, like I said. Sleep deprivation. I cannot stress the importance of this. There is science thrown at us, there are clinical studies thrown at us, but yet we misuse sleep. You need to understand the quickest way to reduce inflammation is through deep sleep. That's the quickest way. Then comes nutrition, anti-inflammatories, and everything else, because that is why we sleep. When we sleep, there is magic that happens in the body. Inflammation reduces, hormones balance, detoxification happens. All of these functions that we as human beings try to do physically every day happens when we sleep. So it's about time we recognize the mechanism of sleep and its link with inflammation. That is why if you look at the beauty of the human body, people are complaining about pain and the want to sleep all the time. In integrative and lifestyle medicine, you need to understand that it is normal for us to feel tired and sleepy when there is sickness in the body. It is what the body's intelligence does. It tries to make us rest, because it is only in rest that true healing and recovery can happen. But we don't want to do that. We want to pop pills so that we can get back to a hectic life, and we never heal completely. So you need to understand that sleep is your most powerful drug right now, and that is why you are also inducing with inflammation sleep. So when the immune system triggers off inflammation, it also triggers off certain hormones to slow you down, your thyroid function. All of these get compromised naturally to slow you down. And if we listen, it's a good thing for us. So sleep deprivation, your inflammation is going to be the highest. Lack of activity. Okay, I'm not saying you should work out, but try to walk around your room a little bit because you want to keep blood circulation going, which is very important for inflammation to come down. People who have more sedentary lifestyles have more inflammation. So if you're tired, don't train. At the same time, there are a lot of people saying that, Luke, I'm suffering from fatigue and pain, but guess what? I made it to the gym. I worked out. Oh, you don't get a reward for that. Okay, you absolutely don't get a reward for that because you're not supposed to be overtraining when you have inflammation in your body. Because we all know that when we train, there is anyway inflammation that we produce from our training. So take it easy, recover completely, and then you can get back to your training and your gym. Pranayama, so important, documented scientifically, enough of research to show us the power of breath. Oxygen, the more oxygen we put in, the more oxygen we put in our body, homeostasis is achieved more easily. Inflammation comes down. So please do your deep breathing exercises. You're isolated, you're home in a room. There's loads of stuff that you can do. Now, when it comes to vitamins, there are vitamins, but take it under supervision of your doctors or your medical experts. Curcumin, very powerful extract of the turmeric root, brings down inflammation. Resveratrol, that you find in grapes, you find it in red wine, you find it in supplements. So a lot of doctors may supplement you on that to bring down inflammation. Your vitamin D has to be good. We screamed about this over and over again. The human body cannot heal without the right amount of vitamin D. So you may have to supplement on your vitamin D and take a B complex as well, because several of the B vitamins help you with recovery and the reduction of inflammation as well. Now, what can you apply to your aching joints and to your aching muscles? What's worked really well for our patients over the last couple of years for inflammatory conditions is a mixture, 1 part of coconut oil, 1 part of sesame oil, and half a part of castor oil. Mix this together. You may want to warm it up a little bit. Don't warm it up too much where you burn yourself. A little bit. If you don't want to warm it, that's also fine. And apply it just before you sleep and apply it once again midday during the day. So this can help you as a topical treatment in most cases. But remember, it's inside out. And let me end it with rest, rest, rest. There is a reason why your body is asking you to sleep. Listen to it. There's a reason why your body is telling you to slow down. Listen to it. And when you put these things together, you help your body reduce inflammation. And as the inflammation comes down, the pain comes down. So this is something that you can start right away. I hope all of you are staying safe. And if this works for you, make sure that you share it with everyone, because at this point, sharing knowledge which is accurate, science-backed, natural, and does no harm is the need of the hour. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep. And remember, you care is all about you.